What we're here doing today is we're recording the ARA Pro deployment in Herman, Minnesota. We have two members of the Herman Fire Department, the chief and one of the guys that was on the first line entry. Go ahead and take it away, gentlemen.
We first got the call at 3:30, I think, somewhere in there. Jeff was, assistant chief, was the first guy on scene. He can give you an example of what happened when he hit the front door here.
We came to the front door, we got a call that there was a lot of smoke in the house. We didn't have any idea what we had. We arrived on scene, we only had one team in place when we first arrived. We laid our lines, got ready to enter the scene. We had a second team that came in. We entered the structure with a lot of smoke. We realized that we had a fire. There was so much smoke you couldn't see it. So we immediately backed out, and then we proceeded with the rest of our attack.
Yeah, once they backed out, they broke the window on the north side of the house for ventilation. We put a fan in this door and one coming out the other door to help make a vacuum. They come around and started breaking the window on this side when another one of my guys brought the tool over for me. We come over to the window over here where we thought the fire was, and we deployed it in through this basement window right down here. At that time, we stopped the two windows being broke on this side of the house. Once it got into the basement, we waited 15-20 minutes. We seen the powder smoke coming out of it. And then we had one flare up only after that, was out of this bedroom from the inside. Otherwise than that, we had no more flames. We just ventilated from that point on. I think at 6:30 we were out of here, about 3 hours from the time we got here and did the ventilation and stuff. So
we noticed a dramatic time savings and a lack of structural damage, and the only thing we can attribute that to is their Pro tool.
We called for mutual aid from two departments. By the time they got here, we didn't have to put them to use, so we were able to send them back home, which saved a lot.
Any estimates of how long you might have used water on any initial attack? Did you use water when you first entered the door, give it a little spritz?
When we did enter the door, they gave it one shot, not even a minute. We backed out, and then, like Bob said, we started working the sides, and we did initially use some water until the tool was deployed.
Okay.
So,
okay.
In gallons of water, it was not a lot. We had our 5,000 gallon tank out here we dropped, and I don't know if we used even 1,000 at the most, a couple thousand gallons, that's it.
Okay. So. All right, let's walk around and let's take a look at the inside of the damage.
This is where the fire started right here, as you can see. Once the fire marshal was here, this is where he determined it was at. When we threw the fit tool in, it's sitting roughly 6 feet away from where the original start of the fire was right there.
Can we get the light shined around the corner here? There you can see it in there in relationship to where the fire had started. And what was noticeable is the hole that's burnt in the floor.
Yeah, this hole goes straight up through, all the way into just about to the attic.
And there was full involvement on the second floor too as well, in that room?
First floor.
Or first floor?
Yeah.
First floor?
Yep. Right above this
main floor of the house.
Yep. Yep.
Significant damage and extension down here.
Yeah, if you turn your lights that way, you'll see all the heat damage, how hot it did get. Your nails.
Yep. All the PVC's melted off the walls.
Absolutely, there was water leaking.
Oh yeah,
everything down here was melted. So
yeah, upstairs you'll see the notice of the bubbling of the plaster. It's pretty unreal, the heat that was up there.
All right, let's head upstairs and take a look at the room that was involved upstairs. what seems significant about this is how not only did it fight the fire in the basement, but it also extinguished the fire upstairs too as well.
Yeah, we might as well.
Here we're on the main floor. Had significant heat trapped in the kitchen area where they had to take and ventilate to get the heat out. And this is the entry point of when they tried to come in and what they experienced when they were coming through the door. And as you can see, get this light shining here a little more. There's the hole in the floor leading to the basement.
You should be able to see the fit tool, actually. If you don't.
I don't want to get too close to the edge. No. And this is the destruction in this room. And the heat on the walls back here bubbled up all the paint.
I remember seeing the flames roll over this.
So, gentlemen, in a nutshell, sum it up for me, Chief.
I will not fight another fire without one. They are so nice. They saved us hours of labor. I mean, technically this house probably would have been on the ground. And she would have lost all of her personal valuables that are in here. Granted, the house is a loss, but
it did save her, you know, from the emotional standpoint, the sentimental standpoint, it saved the owner. I mean, you can see with the amount of damage we had that remained isolated in the middle of the house, the owner was able to come back in and salvage a lot of the personal possessions. So, you know, the next scenario might be an even better case for us.
3 hours from start to finish, and that was even coming back and tearing some of the ceiling down. That's just unremarkable. I mean, we not in our wildest dreams that we think we could get it done that fast.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen.
You bet.
Thank you.